She's probably already asleep, I know.
Nope, she's a late night person.
Oh, okay. Well, so, Kimberly, I don't know if you've read the last 2 letters she wrote to you, but she's been sending you letters like crazy.
Okay.
Well, if your mom's up for it, I'll talk to her for a bit. I don't
know.
You're lucky your mom lets you look after her. My mom won't let me do jack. You know why? I'm still my dad's son. Yeah, anything in common with my dad, she don't trust. Just one of them things. But she keeps her little friend on her. I don't have to worry about her.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, if your mom was a block and a half from the police station and armed 24/7, I don't think you'd worry.
No.
If anything, I fear for the dumbass that crosses her.
Oh, yeah.
As far as I know, she's not dating anybody, but God helps whoever it is if she does.
If she ever starts, pull that person aside and have
talk. Well, the one where I tell her, did she ever tell you that I'm not afraid to go back? But knowing my luck, yeah, she warned me about you. A lot of bark, not a lot of bite. Okay, mister, but I'll be watching
we'll let you believe that.
Yeah. Now she's 68 now.
Yep. Only about, well, my mom was born in 48.
Okay.
So yours was about, what, 51 or 52?
52. She's almost Eileen's age. Eileen is a little younger, but not by much.
Yeah, Eileen doesn't look 60. She looks
younger
than
No, she
that.
doesn't. You missed it, Kimberly. I was there when she showed her testimony. That was phenomenal.
Not in cruise control, foot off the gas, and still moving 35.
Cool, and just under 1,000 RPMs. Not bad.
But now I'm going to pick it up a little bit. I've got this.
I'll be so glad when we have our meals going again.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, go.
Matt worries he's lost his touch. Not bloody likely.
No.
And Alyssa put some good stuff together too. That barbecue chicken, oh man.
I like Eileen's pulled pork.
Oh, right.
You put a pulled pork on top of hamburger buns, especially if you lightly grill the hamburger buns.
Oh yeah.
In other words, homemade, was it, not Chef Boyardee, what is that, manwich?
Yes. Well, it'll be nice to get back to it again, because I'm telling you, I have been missing that place like you wouldn't believe. Just to see people there again. And I hope Tommy makes it a few times.
Yeah. I'd like to try to get contact information. And maybe I can pull him up on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. Glad he's in better health. He really... Kimberly, he was having some problems. I forget what.
Liver.
Oh, man.
Liver.
And not everybody comes back from that the way Tommy did.
Yep. I think it was liver. Maybe it was... Well, he had hepatitis, actually.
Oh. I know we don't normally do things this way, Kimberly, but vehicle maintenance is always the priority.
Need to see if she needs a little oil.
And if your mom's up for it, we can chat with her for a bit. I don't mind.
Well, I'll just...
Only if she's up, though. If she's already got bed, no need to wake her.